Welcome to SpotLight. It's the podcast that lifts the curtain on life here at Wolverhampton Grand Theatre. I'm Scott.
I'm Tonya, and today we are joined by two local legends from our Wolverhampton. It's
Zak Douglas
and
Solomon Davy.
Hey!
Wolves,
Come on.
Come on.
All right, Bab.
Wolves.
Local boys, and the first ever people, I think, to come back on the podcast and be on our second.
It was so nice they had to do it twice. Come on now. Hey.
So they've got
It started already.
Here all the way
It
through. This is so good to have you with us.
Thanks for having us.
Today is really special because we are really happy. Well, that's not really happy that we have local talent in our local pantomime.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the journey of like coming and getting involved.
You want to start, Zak?
Yeah. I think for me, and from speaking to Sol as well, for us it's important just to come back home and represent for the city. And it's so nice to see the reaction from the audiences. And it's made it go, yeah, this is why we're here. There's people that know us, there's people that don't know us, but kind of know us through someone coming up and going, oh, I know you from there, and you went to this school, didn't you? And it's going, there is local talent, and it's not just us two, it's all around the city. And we want this theatre to be a beacon of that and a space where people can go, you know what, one day I'm going to be up on that stage like Sol, like Zak, and it's just such a fulfilling feeling being up there every day and having that audience interaction, especially the bows at the end. I always get a bit emotional because you just can see everyone and you're like, wow, these are all our people. So,
Wow.
I'm going to jump in straight away because actually, off of your point on that, what you said about the local talent stuff, like in the theatre, it's amazing. But also, I haven't been back here in so long for like an extended period of time. And the other night we went to Space and they had an open mic night and they were like singing jazz tunes and stuff. And I was like, yo, the talent in Wolves is actually crazy. And it just doesn't, you don't get to see it as much as we should. Like, so things like this, being back here, doing stuff like that, I was like, yeah, it's good to be home,
Shout
man.
out Space. It's a local cafe made by people from the city. And like, we, after a show, we went there and they had like an open mic. But the talent in the room, just to like echo what Sol was saying, it was like, someone was singing and then someone that didn't know them just grabbed a mic and started harmonising and we're there going, oh my god, we're meant to be like the panto stars that have come down to visit. We're
getting shown up,
we're not getting up on that stage.
Georgia did though. Our Princess Beauty got she did a little something.
But like we were like, wow, this is just people that probably have their regular jobs in the city and we just went there and expressed their talent, and it's going.
It was so good.
We have a label of we don't have much in Wolverhampton, and no, we've got a lot, but we don't always get to shine the spotlight.
On the tablecloth.
The spotlight. There we are. We
Spotlight.
don't get to shine the spotlights, so it's nice being on the podcast to do that. And
it's so true. This is obviously a lovely platform to be able to do that. But in my job, I mean, I've been here at the Grand now 12 years, and you know, my job as PR is to sort out the interviews for the cast, and so many shows in the year. The PR people come to me and say, Scott, do you know there's someone from Wolverhampton in this show? And I don't think that happens at any other theatre. Like they say, oh, by the way, just to let you know, for the interviews, for the radio, someone's from Wolverhampton. But it happens so often. There is always someone. It makes my job so much easier. There's always someone from Wolverhampton in the show. And like you say, because there's such strong amateur groups, dance schools in the area, it's nurturing this talent. And like you say, they're in the shows all year round. They're in the panto.
Well, the children.
Yeah, the children in the panto
from the Midlands that are in the panto. They will be the Solomons and the Zaks and the George. They will be those coming back again.
And that's for me. That's I don't want to be like the one and done. And I think Sol's the same, where we want to be the start and then be able to. I want to be able to come back next year and see someone else from the city, and those, like you said, I want to come back in 10 years and see those kids that were in the panto now and go, oh my gosh, they're playing the prince, or they're playing the funny character princess, and it's going. That's what it should be about. And regional theatres, I think that's the lifeblood of it, to keep it going, because I think what's hard is building a culture in a city like Wolverhampton, because we don't have the funding all around the city. So having culture where people go, you know what, I came here as a kid and I can see a path that I can then make a career and have to go out to other cities and work, but I always have a place to come back to for work, for just like, even just to watch the shows and be like, oh, I feel fulfilled and I've got opportunities in my hometown as well as further afield. So I think that's what's really, really exciting about this journey.
Facts.
Oh, wow, facts. I love that. So tell the people who are listening and who are watching just a little bit of background about your journey. I know we have spoken to you before, but just give them a little bit for those who might not have seen it. And also, like, we want to talk about what's your next steps after Panto.
I think I'm going to hand it to you first.
So I grew up, I mean, it's so full circle doing this, because I'm like speaking to kids in the cast that are doing, like, literally playing the younger version of the character that I'm playing. And they're like, oh, I go to Bilston Operatics, or I go to RSM, or I go to Carol Sutties. And I'm like, that's exactly what I did. Do you know what I mean? It's like so crazy. So anyway, I grew up in Codsall, which is a village in Wolverhampton, doing sort of dance, singing, acting stuff all my life, and then went to Wilkes Academy at 16, and then graduated. You guys know all this. We went through this thoroughly. And then graduated like 19 and did Grease in the West End, and then did a few other jobs. Came back here with Hairspray, where I saw you guys, and we did another episode.
Which you were fabulous in.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely fabulous.
And then I've kind of just been like dotted around since. And then it was when I was here for Hairspray, I think it was the first time they spoke about maybe having me for Panto. And then I got the invite through from Carl, and I was like, I'll come home, like, absolutely. So and then next
You got to be quiet.
I got to be quiet. Well, I don't have anything.
You gotta, because only God knows.
That's a good thing that actors do. I've got another project, but I can't really talk about it.
I have like little things in the making, but nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. We're watching you, Sal. We're watching you.
Oh, before we move on to me though, I do have to big him up, because genuinely, working here, seeing so many pantos, I am a bit biased, but this isn't from a biased place. This is the best Prince we've ever had.
Come on.
He's such a liar. You're such a liar.
Voice. Look at his face. Look the way his hair curls, and it doesn't move, but there's not enough hairspray in there as well.
Left over from
leftovers still in there from
Hairspray. Own your royalty.
Thank you, Zach.
So true though, because that role, the Prince role and the Princess role, actually can be so kind of minor in a panto. The stories kind of seems to take over, and they can be such like a minor role, but what you do with it, what both of you do with it, Georgia with the princess and you with the prince, is kind of really give it truth and take it seriously. You know, you have to take panto seriously, right? Of course, you have fun with it, but what you do is take it really seriously, and you know, we really respect what you do with it.
And they're the representation for the little boys and girls. Yes, you have the comic and the dame and like the evil character that all the adults can enjoy a bit, and the kids do enjoy, obviously. But I always say what's important, you really see it in the school shows, is the little boys and little girls will look at Soul, look at Georgia, and go, wow. And like they get the biggest cheer on those school shows, because the kids are like, because it is like we're watching a real life prince and princess. So those ones they're the heartbeat of the show. They're the ones that they might not have all the, even though we get to do the slush scene, which is amazing, might not have all the silly moments, but they have to hold the show together. So those kids have something to relate to. They're those kids on stage, which is really nice, because you're from here as well. And now to me anyway. Sorry, darling.
You compliment me a lot there. You put in a shift in this show, like Zak in this show.
There we go.
What he's saying is real.
Well, it's facts. I can only talk what
but to push throw it back at you, you know, like Zak he's doing bits, man, and like, you know, like you're a pro, you've been doing this for years now, but the relationship.
Not for the years. I'm a little bit older than you. A little bit older.
Hey, not that. The comfortability Zak has with the audience, I feel like that's something that I am still working on, is like, because that's a key thing to panto as well, is being able to zone into, okay, we're in the narrative, we're in the story, but then straight away being able to go, you guys are like, we have a relationship here as well as here, and that's something that's unspoken with all of the shows. Like, it's something that just happens. The audience is always a character in the show, but it's like, it's a byproduct, and you like weave it into the beats. Whereas with panto, it's like a literal call and response. Bro is so good at that, like so much better than I could ever do. So props to this guy, man.
You are very good.
You are. You're sick at it.
And there is some rules to panto, isn't there?
Yeah.
And that I'd say that is one of the key elements of a really good panto. So shout out to you, man.
Shout out to Zak.
And I think it works so well, Zak, too, because people are hearing their own accent back at them.
And that was a big thing for me when looking at the script for the first time. Because originally, when it got offered, and it got offered, and I was like, yeah, really good. And we worked some stuff out with my filming, and I looked at the script, and the writing lends itself more to, because he's, for those that don't know, he's like the assistant to the Queen, so a lot of his things are grand addresses to the audience, like hear ye, on this most auspicious day, and so when you read it, it's very RP, and I'm like, well, I'm a local lad, so how do I make this one of us in that job role, in that character. So it did take some time to go, okay, this is how it reads, this is the character I can give to it. And then I created a character that he's got a new job, he's trying to act a bit fancy sometimes, but he can't. He's from Wolves, are you? You know what I mean? And we got like all of that stuff, and then it's you want to create characters that people relate to, they fall in love with, and then you go, if you can make likable characters, people will follow the story wherever it goes. And I think that's the brilliant thing. And I've got to shout out Tam and Ian for creating these characters that people want to follow, and giving us the freedom to make our versions. Like your version of the Prince is your version of the Prince. My version of Gerald the Herald is Gerald the Herald, and what my version
sounds like the perfect role for you, though. Even the character Gerald the Herald, I was like, this is so you.
I can't lie, I had to Google what a herald was when I do not know what that is, but I get it. And funny story, I think a bit of a full circle moment. Weirdly, as you know, doing acting, you get roped into random stuff, especially in Wolves. Like, I've had phone calls from you to do some stuff. I'm like, what do you want me to do, Tanya? Okay. But I must have been 6-7 years ago, starting acting, did my first few TV jobs. And we got a call, because I do a lot of work with Central Youth Theatre, based at the New Hampton Arts Centre. Go if you want to go to the same drama school as me. Anyway, Central Youth Theatre is the youth theatre that I grew up, that I joined, and then I teach there now. And we got a phone call from the Mayor's Parlour they wanted to celebrate the Man on the Horse, which is a statue of Prince Albert. And it was 150 years? Don't quote me on the date, I don't know. But anyway, they wanted a town crier for that event. And Jane, who ran the youth theatre at the time, was like, Zak will do it. I was like, what? Okay. And they put me in a Gerald the Herald costume. There's pictures of me doing, hear ye, citizens of Wolverhampton, please.
Yes. This is why I thought it was the right role. It's all coming back
and then,
now.
like 5-6 years later, 7 years later, I'm there on the panto stage going, hear ye, citizens of Bilstoney. And it's like, wow, that's really funny. Yeah. So that's, that's my own little circle moment. And just to go back to the question of career, I've been really fortunate to be from here and go off and mainly do TV, especially since lockdown. And I played 2 regular roles in a show called G'wed, which is very cheeky, about young Scousers, which is very flattering because I get to play a 16-year-old. I'm a bit older than 16.
How often do you have to shave for that?
Literally, I call it the dumpling phase, because without the beard, my face just looks like a big dumpling. I'm like, but I surprise myself. I even watch myself on TV and go, I look younger than the young actors in the show, which is you know what I mean. I moisturise. And The Good Ship Murder, which I do with Shane Ward, Catherine Tilsley. We film on a cruise ship, which is I was telling Sol some stories about that earlier, which I can't I cannot tell you guys. But you can watch the show on Channel 5. We've got a Christmas special coming out, so I don't know when this comes out, but there's a Christmas special coming out on the 27th on Channel 5. And I'll go off and film season 4 of that. I was going to say something about why this is cool. Oh, no, I was going to say the difference, though, because I've done mainly TV.
Yes.
Coming back to do panto. I bring my own props on it.
The plug is so strong.
Not that we've got this massive poster behind.
But listen, we went bam.
bam. You got to get it everywhere. We're promoting it. We're on till the 4th of January. The funny thing is, like, it was a bit of a shock to the system. I was like, it took me genuinely 3 days to learn how to talk loud again. Because on telly, I'm not talking any loud. Even in the comedy that I do, G'wed, like, it is just, even the comedy bits aren't big. It is very naturalistic. And so coming back onto the stage and seeing what I think a good panto is, it was a challenge in my own time of going, okay, how can I make this translate to 1,150 people in the theatre? And it's been a really, like, difficult in a good way, like challenging, but really fulfilling journey with a cast that, like, they're all beautiful, like all these beautiful faces, and the ensemble, we got to shout them out as well. Them like are kicking their feet right here. I can't touch my toes, so the warm-ups that they're doing and I'm doing is 2 different warm-ups. but I like really appreciate their work ethic. Like, we came in and they'd already done a few days rehearsal.
We did the table read. We did the read through on the first day, and they were doing their harmonies.
They knew their harmonies. They'd already known some of the routines and, like,
I mean, the process for panto for rehearsals is talk a little bit about that for yourselves, because we know it's such a quick process. I don't think people realise
it is so anxiety inducing. I mean, how did you feel? Because
I'm a bit slow, so hey, I was 3 days behind everyone. So I was just, when the penny dropped from the day 1 rehearsal, we were on the day 3. I was like, I know what I'm gonna do for scene 1. They're like, Zach, we're in act 2. We need to.
But that is the thing. Like, you set a scene and you're like, okay, cool, that's the general gist of that, and then the next time you do it is the producer run. So you're like, like, I've had, it's crazy.
It was, and it is I have learned, like, you really just have to trust the process and your fellow team that it's going. We're not judging it. We will. Each time we do this, we will grow, things will improve, we'll work out timings, because you can feel when something lands and when it doesn't. And, like, we start rehearsal on the Tuesday. The Saturday, we were doing a full run on Saturday, and in my personal schedule, I was filming on the Friday, so I missed the Friday where we blocked act 2. So then I came in on the Saturday thinking, they're gonna ease me in. Nope, Zach, producer runs straight away. We're gonna do 2 runs, and I'm like, okay. So I just had to work it out, because there's not the time to like slow it down and feed.
By the next Saturday, you were open and playing to over 1,000 people.
Even the Friday, even though it was our dress rehearsal day, it is the second show for our sponsors, Dudley Zoo. Dudley Zoo.
You've been so good with this. You wouldn't think that you actually work at the Grand Theatre as well.
I got it all. I know all the plugs. But, like, that show had like 1,000, over 1,000 people. So to us, even though it was a dress rehearsal and there were still things we were working out technical wise, for us it was a show, wasn't it? Like, there's people, especially because I believe a lot of those tickets were for people less fortunate that can't necessarily afford to come. It's going, this might be their only opportunity to see the show. So it's still trying to make it as enjoyable. And for what we've got in place, for us as performers, I think it was like, well, let's give our best. If the dragon doesn't work behind us, let's just keep it going. If the smoke doesn't come out,
If you drop when you do the slosh.
I'm injured from that day.
Like, let's talk about that slosh.
I think we all hurt ourselves in that set, because Tam hurt his. I don't know whether I know he hurt his leg at some point. He had like mad bruises up his leg. Came to us, just was like, so look at this. And honestly, it was like his knee was like a plum.
So there must be at least 40 odd custard pies thrown.
I think we worked out.
We worked out how many it was over
60.
the run, and it's something like.
Oh, you're really good at maths. Like,
no,
we did it, and then it was either like 2,462.
I think it was 2,400.
Yeah.
Custard pies thrown
over the
whole run.
I think.
But I think in a show, 5 times 12.
5 times 12.
Quick maths.
50 60. Oh, don't make me do maths live on a podcast.
About 60 in a show. There's about.
You see what Zach did?
Yeah.
He was like, he said, "You're really good at maths." Then he said the sum and passed it over.
5 times 12.
And you know what? We were quiet. We were like, we'll leave them to it.
But yeah, so it's about 60 in a show. So 120 a day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's intense.
Whilst you're
It's an
climbing up
intense
ladders,
scene.
climbing up ladders,
dropping pots and pans.
and Tam is the master of that. Like, we
He's-
just
yeah,
learn.
yeah.
But in terms of the quickness of it, in the best way, we were blocked through, so it's safe. But also, it was working out.
Were we?
Well, I was trying not to throw anyone under the bus, but okay. No, it was really quick.
No, it
so,
was always safe.
Yeah, so we
But
just
it wasn't
had to
blocked,
work out.
like-
Yeah, we kind of knew what points we had to hit, but also it was the thing of like we just had to trust Tam as like a comedy genius, that like this was his little brainchild, and that he takes the brunt of most of the bangs and the falls. But and then 2, try slot round it and make that shine and find the little moments that we want to do. So it took a few shows, and then we were like, okay, this is funny and that's nice here, and then we work out how to do it in our way, but it's such a technical moment.
Yeah.
That's like, wow.
It took a while. I felt like, tell me if you feel the same. It took a while for the autopilot to be on through that, because like the best part of a show is once you get to the autopilot mode, because then your body and your voice and everything just sort of knows what it's doing, and you can put all the fun and the feeling on top. Whereas with that, because we hadn't practiced it much and it was so chaotic, it took a few shows to get the autopilot. But now the autopilot's there, so we're just having loads of fun.
It's beautiful. We've seen it. It is beautiful, and in particular when I watched it, you were literally.
Was it when I went flat on my?
You were slipping everywhere,
Yeah.
and I literally, when you dropped, I was like, "Ooh!"
There was one day
We're
where
not milking it at all. Like,
the pants flew up when you fell, and they caught on his foot, and they flew up, and I was like, "Don't fall in the audience! Don't fall in the audience! Don't fall in the."
yeah. So we have like pots, like 4 pots and pans is one of the things that we do, and it got caught on my foot, and it was when I slipped. It might have been that show, I'm not sure, but I slipped, and I must have done like a kick as I slipped. Went flat on my back, and then as I was on the floor, I just
saw the pan.
They're like heavy pots and pans, like they're proper kitchen.
Everything went slow motion. We're like,
yeah, and they went so high in the air, and landed on stage. Thank God. It was.
And then you're running off after that scene. We did a backstage photo shoot yesterday, and then you run off after that scene. Then we've got dressers like rubbing you with towels, and then a minute later you're back on in the ballroom scene in a full gold.
That one's always scary for me because I've got Danny on the other side, so I go off that side, and then Danny's got maybe
minuscule,
like half a paragraph of lines, and then reveals me.
Yeah, you're back on
in my hood, and I've usually still got like either a bit of slush on my face or something, and without ruining it. But my reveal comes in after that.
But don't reveal it.
Yeah, I won't reveal. But yeah, so that's
so
like,
good, by the way.
No, I love it.
So
I love
good.
it. And I've got a big up. I'm bigging up everyone today.
Yeah,
big up
big
Danny,
up.
Deborah. But like with that, like that was a thing where I'm grateful for Tammany and for letting us have creative input with that. But me and Danny sat down, because on paper, those scenes are pretty much Danny talking and me. I do not ruin it. Standing there, me standing there. But and then we were like, when we knew before the scripts came, we knew there was going to be a little something with us both, and we were talking beforehand. And when it came, we were like, okay, it's not how we thought, but can we incorporate that? So like, this doesn't ruin it. I mimic Danny's voice, because I do a show set in Liverpool. I thought, that'd be quite nice for those fans, but also because like I really get on with Danny as well. So we were able to creatively, and Danny has such a, like, he's got a saying like, funny's funny. So if it works for the show, there's no ego about him. It's just like, let's do that. Let's do it, to the point where he's like, make me laugh, I dare ya. And I'm like, come on then, like let's have fun, because then if we're having fun with it and we've got a bit of creative freedom, we're enjoying it, and then it's translating to the audiences.
Well, as you say that, actually, one of the questions I've asked everybody else is, what is your favourite moment of the panto? It doesn't have to involve you, but if it does, that's great as well. But just what's the bit that you really love? Or bits?
I mean, the slosh is
slosh
fun.
is good.
Like,
It is fun.
It started as the most stressful bit, and now it's probably
it is
one of my
so
favourite
apart
parts.
from the slosh, because we all love that bit. you have any other?
I mean, that scene that you're on about, which we can't say
Yeah.
too much about, but I'm like just backstage for that scene, and I can always hear it. It is funny and it works really well, and it's such a nice little twist.
Yeah,
that
no, it
it's,
is nice.
That really works.
It is a great twist.
Yeah,
It
I
is
do
a
like
great-
that because pantos don't always have a twist. It's usually we know the story,
Yes.
we know what's going to happen. We're just watching it in a reinvented way. So I do like that, but not to self-promote a scene. I love. I actually, and it's a thing that I hear a lot of feedback about is Soul's All Alone. Soul's got a song called All Alone, and what I love about it is the classic like Prince ballad in a show that sometimes wouldn't like stand out that much, but one, what you do with your vocals, but two, the twist in that song, where and we get local people on stage in that moment, which I think's amazing.
Are we allowed to like? Is that a spoiler?
Yeah, a little bit. Well,
Yeah,
no,
Yeah, because I guess
it's
that
not
is another
spoiler.
twist.
No, you say
like-
you've got local
Yeah.
people, but
people
we don't
on
know
stage.
the
We
extent
don't know why.
of what happens.
Yeah.
We don't know why.
happens.
Why are
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
on the
something
stage? I don't-
happened. Something happened.
But that's the thing about this show. Something happens all the way
There
through.
is, yeah.
It takes
Honestly,
so
yeah.
many twists and turns.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to come next. And then suddenly we're in this ballroom that is so opulent. The
Yeah,
costumes,
yeah,
the
yeah.
set.
Yeah.
The
The
set is
set.
incredible.
Yeah,
Shout out
Shields.
to David
Shout out
Shields,
to
man.
David,
Shout out
Shields.
to David.
Listen,
Crazy, so good.
honestly, fabulous. That set, it's just glitter and bling and pink. It's
I will be
gorgeous.
so sad to see this show go.
Yeah.
You know, it's always nice to get the next show in and it's
I
all
know,
fresh.
yeah.
But this one in particular, it's so beautiful. I just want to
Yeah.
keep it here.
It's gorgeous. And the costumes, like, the attention to detail on the costumes, like, huge shout out to David because he's done the most with it. Like, it's
And they're made for you as well. How is
Yeah.
that to be in a show where, like, a panto, especially,
That's
where
it.
these costumes could be like 20 years old and they're kind of being made to
Made
fit
to
you.
fit you,
But
yeah.
these are brand new, made to fit you.
it's
We
incredible.
do have to wrap it up because
I
we've
thought
got
there's a costume
It's
page
got-
in there. I was
is
trying
there?
to find it.
Is there?
I don't know. I
But-
can't
but
find it
as
quick
we're
enough.
wrapping it up,
You've
yeah,
got
so-
your costume in there, haven't
Is
you?
there
And we'll
anything
layer some pictures over
Yeah.
there.
we'll share
David's
them.
designs, yeah.
Yeah, we'll
put
put
it there.
David's
put the
designs are in
on
there.
the-
What I was
all
going to
on the
say,
screen.
we're in there. We're in there.
There we are. I'm sold.
We're in there. What I was going to say, just as we're wrapping it up, is there anything that you would like to just say to the local people of Wolverhampton about coming to the Grand, this one, or just getting involved in the arts in general and how important it is? Just a real quick one, and then we'll wrap up.
Come through, just come watch the show. It's got some incredible people in it. There's been so much work put into it as well. Like, I have to say, like, Wolves as an in-house production are doing bits. Like, from someone who's done a lot of pantos sort of here and there, the effort and the attention to detail and the care that Wolverhampton are putting into their panto every year is sublime. It's so good. I'm not just saying that because I'm here.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
genuinely,
It's
it's
true,
from
it's true.
from all departments. It's a real like amazing effort, and it shows as well because, like,
Thank you.
yeah, doing bits, but yeah.
Thank you.
Wolves, eh, we?
That's a good
Wolves,
way to
eh,
end
we?
it. Wolves, eh, we? And this is what the
That's it. That's what I was trying to.
Yeah, this is what he's
There
trying
we
to.
go.
But yes, thank
it.
you so much for joining us on our podcast once again.
Thank you, guys.
It is a delight to have you. We're absolutely blessed to have you on the stage, and that you're our friends as well off stage. We just love you for that. So thank you very much.
Okay, you
And
guys.
hopefully when you come back for your third podcast, you get
on
like a
now.
gift or something. Is it, Channel 4, you get a mug when you go on
There's
Sunday
your
brunch.
gift, there's your
Keep the
Keep a
cup.
cup.
Keep
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cup.
All right, then we'll have to go. We do have
Thanks
to go.
for
They're saying
joining us.
wrap it
Bye,
up.
guys.
Right, thank you all for
Thank you.
watching.
Guys.
Bye.